I knew he bought a wrestling organization. I didn't know it was that one. Huh. Yeah, he's been a lifetime wrestling fan. I've heard good and bad things about Billy himself, but I like the music a lot. Huh. Yeah, Marilyn Manson stuff recently has been well. Actually, the what Pale Emperor actually I liked, but I think the two albums before that I wasn't a big fan of. Not many knew their music. So they basically just stayed for Manson and then left when the Pumpkins took the stage. That's pretty wild. Oh yeah, Manson puts on a hell of a show. It's like theater basically. Yeah, I've seen Marilyn two or three times. I actually just listened to Antichrist Superstar about a week or two ago. It's a damn good album. Again, it's an interesting album because depending on who you hear talking about it, Reznor may not have just produced the album; he may have written parts of it and never took credit for it. So it's kind of interesting because supposedly he wanted something to get him off his get him out of the whole like mindset of working on his own new stuff. So he took that on as almost a side project more than just a production thing, supposedly, which makes sense if you listen to certain tracks on the album. Imagine Billy was not happy. A lot of things make Billy unhappy. Oh, have you seen the amazing picture of Billy at like Six Flags or whatever, looking all up grumpy and sad? It's amazing. It's such a great picture. I don't have it, otherwise I'd show it to you. But oh man, yeah, and David Bowie has an amazing song on Lost Highway 2. I'm Deranged. Great song. It's off of Outside Number One, which was interesting. It was a concept album that he was going to do a sequel to, if not make it a trilogy, and then he just decided really not to. He just was. I don't know if he was going to wait till later or what, and he just decided not to. Um, but it was an interesting record. It was strongly influenced by like bands like Skinny Puppy and Nine Inch Nails. That's for sure. It was pretty interesting. Oh, I miss Bowie too, man. He at least left us with a great final album. A great final album. And then there's a musical with Michael C. Hall playing the character from Man Who Fell to Earth, which is pretty damn cool too. I've heard the soundtrack. I've unfortunately not seen it because I don't know if there are even bootleg DVDs out there. I don't know how I would see it. It was at New York for just a couple months, and all tickets sold out immediately. There's no way to go to it. That's pretty funny. You just saw the picture, isn't it great? It's a great picture of you, Sierra. I laughed so hard when I saw that. I was like, oh my god. Oh, I would love it if they did a tour of the musical, especially if they could get Michael C. Hall. That'd be amazing. Oh my god, that would be so cool. And it has a neat idea that Bowie had the idea of doing a musical of Man Who Fell to Earth. Well, technically, it's the Man Who Fell to Earth. It's that character Newton, which in itself is a pretty insane movie. It's not the typical science fiction film that you see. I think it was Nicholas Roeg who did it, the dude who did The Witches. I'm trying to remember. Well, anyone else has anything to say about Twin Peaks? I like the boom. Who do you think is go? Who do you think they want to have meet Cooper? Who do you think the she is? Oh, there's not really nothing left in there. It's just the Just the grounds in the bottom. New York City this weekend last summer. Oh, MoMA. Well, that's awesome. Yeah, New York City always has something amazing going on in it. Seems like Chicago does too. Milwaukee, not as much. Wisconsin, not as much. And let's not just say Milwaukee. I know, isn't that insane? The evolution of the arm, yes. And the golden ball bearing. I mean, there's so many insane things. It's like, what is happening? Her mom is coming. You know what, though? Her mom could have been the thing that was in the glass box. Because it did have breasts. And also its eyes seemed to be covered as well. And that thing that was there before Ronette Pulaski. By the way, yes, that is the actress who played Ronette Pulaski, but in the credits it says American Girl. But it is Phoebe Augustine. So one could say it was Ronette Pulaski. That David just didn't want to say that for some reason. Or because maybe that information would leak and someone could see it before it's seen the episode. That could be too. That's a possibility. Casting call type of thing or something. Yeah, so we've seen Ronette, so that's pretty interesting. And the Purple Room, which is pretty great. So we had a red room, a purple room. The place above the convenience store, which we don't have a name. My theory has always been, no, that's a power transformer. And the people at that meeting aren't what we would call corporeal or human. Or, you know, at least not living. Because if you look, when they show the original Twin Peaks, I believe it's the veterinarian underneath, then the convenience store. Above the convenience store is a big power transformer. So I always had the feeling that like those flashes and everything going on where they were inside the power transformer. That's where the meeting took place. And you physically couldn't just like walk into that. That wasn't like a room you walk into. Yeah, that was amazing. And it basically tried to like pull him out, but for a moment it looked like it duplicated him over and over and over again. That was interesting too. Like I mentioned, earlier I mentioned that the whole idea of manufacturing that was done possibly by Bob, we don't know for sure if it was Bob, of Dougie Jones. Are there more? Are we going to see Coop with more outrageous wigs as other doppelgangers? I mean, is there a whole... does that just buy extra time, each one of them? There could be more. Yeah, because in the original series, you find out that the grandmother, if it is the same person's family at least, the grandmother died 3 years ago or something like that, it was said. So the grandson could be dead too. It's hard to say. The Tremonts or whatever it was. Oh, like an extension for how long that that Bob can stay out of the Black Lodge. Like, what if he had all these other doppelgangers to buy him time? So, like, one by one, they kept getting pulled in. What if Dougie wasn't the only one? He could be. But what if it's this insane thing that that Bob or something else did, someone or something else did, with all these other doppelgangers, just so it was almost an excuse that, you know, Kyle MacLachlan could win the Emmy this year, and wear tons of different wigs and play quite a few different characters. And how entertaining would that be, to keep seeing different versions of Kyle MacLachlan? I mean, that would be really funny. Really entertaining. Sad for the, you know, the idea of it, though, because, you know, it's basically people that were born just to fulfill this selfish purpose for Bob or something else or someone else. Yeah, he playing like 12 characters. Yeah, like he's trying to compete with Orphan Black or something like that. Trying to think what else would I say. Oh yeah, so yeah, what I mentioned earlier, I like the boom as my theory is that the she they mentioned where they're like, I don't know where she lives, but I do know where she drinks. I was thinking it was Sarah Palmer, either Sarah Palmer or someone we have never seen before but have heard mentioned many times, Diane. Someone that would have some connection or could see Coop and like see something going on because I believe they already knew that Sarah Palmer was spooky and that she had visions. I'm pretty sure that that had to be part of Cooper's communication to Cole about her. As far as I know, Sherilyn Fenn, I think, was in the listing for actors and actresses. I don't remember. I don't know for sure. I don't know for sure. Also, it makes more sense, too, that we got that scene with Sarah watching the Nature Channel or whatever it was and drinking heavily. So it's almost like a nod to, like, we're setting something up. So I think it could be that it's to see meet Sarah and have Sarah see if there's anything going on with Cooper. But Diane's also a possibility. Diane is also a possibility. Will we finally see Diane? Like, there's no one else that really makes complete sense. I mean, there's popular Twin Peaks characters, but it would be like Annie Blackburn is a huge possibility, but again, she's probably dead by now. So I don't feel that's likely. I think it's more like Sarah Palmer or Diane. I'll be shocked if Annie's in it because Heather Graham, as far as I know, was not in the cast list. So that'd be a pretty insane secret that Lynch would keep under his vest. But yeah, that would make sense. Annie would know him. But again, probably dead. I would guess Annie was one of the first victims of Doppelkoop. I would think she would have realized pretty much right away that wasn't him. And, she was in the Black Lodge. She kind of saw things that were going on, and to some extent. So I can't think she's still alive. I'd be really surprised if she is. Yeah, I think Sarah makes sense. I think Sarah would make sense. But yeah, it would be cool if it's Annie. But how bizarre would that be that, she looked really young in Fire Walk with Me when she shows up to Laura. I mean, I guess, you just say you didn't see her that well and maybe she was older. I don't know. I, but yeah, if you're looking at who knows Coop extremely well, that would be most likely Annie Blackburn if she was alive. But once you look at the fact that she probably isn't, then that leaves Sarah and Diane. Oh no, I like the boom. 18 episodes. We've only seen the first 4. So there's like 14 episodes left. And it's possible the finale might be a 2-hour. I'm not sure. Or maybe it's 13 episodes.